Now I just want to show you a few little tips, right? I've just thrown colours on here, sort of like a wooded area. Now the thing is, if you want to put lighter coloured trees in, how do you go about it, right? Because it'd be hard to go over that to get a lighter coloured tree, wouldn't it? All that dark paint and that, right? Well, I'll just show you the first thing you can do before you put any colour on is it's just a scrap piece of paper. That's me. Can you see now? Yeah. So I'll just do the rough shape of a tree trunk. Right? That's all. But you can see that. Right? Now, what you can do before, as I say, is do that, and then you paint round it. Basically, it's called negative painting. I'm not a lover of it, but a lot of people do use this method, and basically probably won't turn out very well, but you get the idea. I'll just turn this around in a minute so I can see what I'm bloody doing. Now we'll just put like things happening there behind it. Bit of dark paint. I'm just doing this quick for you, just to get so you get the idea. Right, hope you can see that. So there you've got like a birch tree. Might be better that way. Yeah, so that's one way of doing it. But if you look here, I tried it and I forgot and I painted over it. You see that there. so that's the first way, negative painting it's called. Just grab a bit of tissue paper. The other way is lifting out. So when it's totally dried, this is like a bristle brush, you know, for oil painting and that. I'm not keen on this way either, but I've got to show you this, haven't I? And you can just keep rubbing at it, but you won't get all the colour out. You won't get a nice white colour. Well, you'll be very lucky if you do. See what I mean there? Yeah? You do the same thing with that. The other way is scratching out, right? Now I'll show you on here. See these here? While the painting's still wet, yeah, I just scratched out. Use a credit card, anything. You can use a pencil with no lead in. Anything that's sharp, just scratch into it. Right? Now the other way, you mightn't see it there, but on here I've got this stuff, right? It's art masking tape, right? Or is it that way? Anyway, you can see it. And I've got some there, and there, I think. Well, if I just rub that off, it's like a rubber solution but liquid, right? So you just rub it off with your finger. Right? You see them? Yep. And then you do the same again, right? And I put some down here on this, like posts and gate and that. So we rub that out. There you go. Right? Now what I like doing, if I'm doing a lot of trees, in the distance usually do the scraping out. But if I want it really nice and white, I use this stuff, which is brown parcel tape, the very thin stuff, and I just put it down, stick it to something. I've just used a thingy there, kitchen board, one of them plastic food boards. Put it on that and cut strips out, then stick it on your painting. And I've found it doesn't stick to the watercolour paper. Well, I hope it doesn't. A little bit seeped underneath, but that's not a problem. The hardest bit is getting it off your bloody fingers when you pull it off. Right, you can see how white that is. I'll tell you what, we'll just finish that one off, yeah, with a bit of this dark paint. I'm doing this too quick, but well, you see the effect you can get. You can fiddle about with this. This is your fiddly bits. Right. Might be a bit dark that, but I'm just doing it nice and quick for you. Right, I won't bother with them little ones, you know what to do on that one. But see that now, birch tree. Yeah. Right. There's another method you can try, but again I don't like it. I'm not even sure it'll work. Let's try over this black tree here. Right. And it's using a rubber or an eraser, whatever you want to call it. Let's have a look. And it's got to be perfectly dry. Don't try it if the paper's a bit damp. Right. Turn the paper over and go the other side. And it's good. Don't be scared of it. Right. There's that one there. Right, so there's a few ways of leaving the background colour or putting background colour in. The light colour back in. Right. I forgot to tell you 4 or 5 years ago, a few people in the pub, my local, said to me, I'd love to learn how to paint. So I said, well, I can show you. And then someone else said, well, how about me? And then my wife's friends said, I'd like to paint. I ended up with about 10 people upstairs in the pub, because they had a big function room they didn't use upstairs. And we used to do something similar to this, a bit of painting. And then when I'd go in for a pint, the lads in the pub, my mates and all that, they'd say, here he is, here's Paint Tom. And that was, they nicknamed me Paint Tom. So about 4 years ago, I tried to start a channel and I called it Paint Tom. There's only about 4 videos on it because I wasn't getting the views and all that, and I wasn't really back into the painting. So, when you're not into something, you can't really get back into it. So I thought I'd deleted the channel. I haven't, but it's basically starting from the beginning like we did with this. Because once I start metal detecting again, this is going to take a back seat. So if you're still interested, I might put some odd videos up on that channel. It's called Paint Tom. And remember, I'll leave a link underneath this video for you. Right? Now, the other thing we've got to do here, obviously you don't leave trees up in the air, do you? So don't forget, when you've them, you've got to land them, right? Because I've never seen a floating tree yet. I mean, there might be, it could be. and that's all you do, just touch up. In there you can put bushes and everything, right? I'm just showing you, you've got to cover up the bottoms, right? So what else can we do now? Now these are a bit on the white side. The white side, you know what I mean. So just a very pale colour, right? And I mean very pale, just to take the whiteness off. That's all I want. So plenty of water and your lightest colour you've got. Right, and just very gently, just go over the white a bit. So I'm just rushing this for you, but you get the idea. It just takes that sharpness off it. Yeah, okay, that's that then. I'll tell you what you've got to do. You shouldn't do this in a painting, by the way, what I'm going to do. And that's block the viewer from going into the painting by doing something like this. I'll show you what I mean when I've done it. Now, it doesn't physically block you, but it mentally blocks you. Now look at that now, you see what I mean? Just putting that fence there, sort of blocks you from going in there, which you don't want. Right, something else quick, and I forgot what it is. Why not? Right, I've lost my bloody brush. Oh, there it is. No, it's not, but it'll do. Right, see these bits here, like rocks. Well, they're not rocks now, they're shapes. Right, but I just want to show you something quick. Right, go into a light colour and drop it on like that. These are multi-tips, this video, isn't it? Right, go into a bit of a darker colour and drop that on. There you are. Drop that on. And let's go really dark. So basically we're just putting layers of colour on. I'll give you a close up in a minute so you can see what I mean. Right, now we just give that like a minute. You can try it bit by bit, but you don't want it soaking wet because it won't work, it'll just run. If you scrape out and it's wet, it'll just run back in and fill it back in where you've scraped out, right? But let's just give it a go. Right. That's not working too bad, this. Right. Good. Now, I'll just show you quickly. You see that now? You just scrape off with a credit card, or you can use a blade, and you just scrape the colour off. But if it's too wet, it won't work. If it's too dry, it won't work. Now see these little blades on here? You've seen these type of knives, haven't you? I need a new one, look. It's all gone. But when it goes blunt, you snap that blade off. Right? Keep them, and they're great for just scratching out. I say that or a credit card or something. Right, I can finish this off if I wanted to, but it's just it was just an exercise to show you roughly how to put lighter objects over darker objects, various different ways. Okay, is that it? Oh, I know what I want to show you. We might have a go at a couple of patterns. There's this one, right? You see what, yeah, I'll show you on that one. You see the rocks there? That's what I've done using that technique, right? So there's that, and there's this one. There's a bloke called, well, he's passed away now, Ron Ranson, and he use a brush like this, called a Hake brush, right? And he believed in the fewer strokes you use in painting the better, and he's done some really nice paintings, but he was like what you call a loose painter, you know, not fiddling about too much in there. And that's one of his paintings here that I seen a picture of it. I thought I'll have a go at that, and that's it there. Right, simple painting. All the background is simple. The foreground we've done that in that other painting, blocking in with different colours, right? This is a reflection in a puddle or whatever at the front of the trees, and basically that's it. Simple enough setup, but gives an effective painting, right? So that's it. I don't want to bother you too much. Just show you this brush. This one my favourite brushes, look there. You could give the coronavirus jab with that, couldn't you? But I've got 5 of these brushes, all different lengths of hair, or whatever you want to call it, bristle, right? And they were a few pounds in the works, but that was a few years ago. Whether they still do them, I don't know. Right, so if remember, I put that link there for that painting channel, and wish you all the best. Have a go at a painting. It won't hurt you. You won't end up in hospital bruised and battered because you've had to go. Okay, right, I'm going now before it goes too long. With 17 minutes now. Okay, ta-ra for now.